All right, you've been praying, you've been looking for a job, and finally you have your job. Finally, you are employed. And what type of employees or colleagues that you should avoid? Number one, they're the type of colleagues that just come and start asking you personal questions. Hey, are you married? Obviously, certain things they will figure out along the way, but from day one, you already asking me if I'm married, you already asking me about my dog's name, you already like all over my business. That is just a clear sign that because you don't even know where this data is going, the data that they are collecting, you don't even know what they are going to be doing with it. So they'll be asking you a lot of things, personal information. Avoid those people. If you can work with your earphones on, if your company policy allow it, so be it. Just keep them away and avoid sharing personal things about you at your workplace, because believe it or not, at a later stage those things will be used against you. Some people will manipulate you with those things, and it just has an ugly way of turning out badly. So I highly advise that even when the questions come, you just say it nicely and politely. Hey, I'm not comfortable talking about my personal life to that level, and just make it very clear. Then there's the one that gossips, the one that talks about everyone. Everyone that leaves the room, they are talking about them. Everyone that leaves the room. Avoid having personal conversations with this one, and avoid listening to this one talk, because the moment they tell you a story about A, chances are they may go back to A and said, you said this, yet they're the ones that said it. So that is how most of these office beef normally start. And sometimes the beef can just be beef that is of unspoken words. No one has ever said anything to anyone, but there's just beef. People just don't like each other, and that's it. So it is very important to avoid these ones. Do not listen to what they say. Just if you can, keep off. Hence I said, if your company policy allow you to work with your earphones on, just do that, to avoid having this one telling you about other people's personal business. And then another person to avoid is the comrade. I don't know if you've ever been new in a company, and then all of a sudden there is just someone who's always protesting about everything, who's always forming groups and things. Yeah, I've worked in bigger companies. I've worked in bigger companies. This is how we do it. This is how we do it. This one is so stupid. We can't have a boss like this one. Excuse me. The ones who just always influence people to act in certain ways and all that. So that is another person that you should avoid at all costs, because I've seen most of these comrades. They are comrades when they are with their colleagues. When they come face to face with me in the boardroom or in the chat room, the story is different. They start telling you about how many kids they have and how much they need this job, and they just all change and just be, please, Mr. Boss, please, boss, what. And you're just looking at them and you're like, the kind of things that you tell other employees and how you're behaving now is just two different things. And those kind of people are the ones that always get people fired. I worked for a specific media company years ago when I started in my career, and what happened, they offered the staff members to have a voluntary retrenchment type of situation. I don't remember really the correct verbiage of the thing, but there were people signed up to take a salary reduction, and they could stay in the company because the company was undergoing problems. Comrade was not having it. So Comrade refused to sign anything. What ended up happening, Comrade ended up leaving the company, and she didn't get any pension from the company. I don't know how the lawyers spin that thing off like that, and that is just how it ended. So avoid that type of a comrade as well. And if your boss is the type of a boss that has full mood swings that just change out of nowhere. If you can work away from them, please do just that. Let them see the results of what they're paying you for, other than them being in your business or you being in their business. It works better that way. Let the work that you do speak, and avoid being the one that speaks for your work, and then it will be easier that way. So in short, I can just say let your work speak, other than you having to speak for your work. Let your work speak for you, other than having you speaking for your work. Yeah, I think that's the correct way of saying it. Do not forget that we work for 8 hours. So you are going to spend 8 hours with these people every day, every week. So it is important for you to keep your workplace very healthy. I am not saying when you avoid these people, be very rude and be very mean, but as soon as you keep the reputation that you are not the person that they can come and gossip to, or they can come to whenever they want to start drama, the better for everybody. Thank you for watching.